Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dale Bell High School. At this time, on behalf of Dale Bell High School and the IHSAA, I would like to remind everyone, good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of high school athletics. Student athletes competing tonight realize that judgment calls made by officials, decisions that players and coaches make are made in good faith and should be respected. Spectators may support both of these teams by refraining from derogatory or demeaning comments. We hope you'll enjoy the game and support student athletes in a positive and sports-like manner. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's meet the lineups for tonight's junior varsity game between the visiting Alexandria Tigers and the hometown Daleville junior varsity Broncos. First of all, from the Alexandria Tigers, the non-starters, number 50, freshman Trent Pax. Number 20, sophomore Jesse Lips. Number 14, sophomore Mason Zink. Number 12, freshman Abram May. The non-starters for the Alexandria Tigers. And now for the starting lineup. Starting at one guard, number 4, sophomore Michael Martin. Starting at another guard, number 10, freshman Gabe McGuire. Starting at another guard, number 44, junior Cole Morris. Starting at one forward, number 30, sophomore Braxton Pratt. And starting on at the other forward, number 34, freshman Carson Cunio. The starting lineup for the Alexandria Tigers. The Tigers are coached by Mr. Adam Hollingsworth. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the lineup for your hometown Daleville JV Broncos. First, the non-starters. Number 24, sophomore Joel Reyes. Number 5, junior Gabe Harper. Number 10, sophomore Zion Ritter. Number 21, freshman Trevor Swingley. Number 25, freshman Coleman Newsom. Number 31, sophomore Kristen Adams. Number 44, junior Logan Chapel. And number 43, junior Wes Livingston. The non-starters for the Alexandria Broncos. And now for the starting lineup. Starting at one guard, number 3, freshman Jacob Grant. Starting at another guard, number 12, freshman Ethan Holden. Starting at the other guard, number 2, junior Ethan Carroll. Starting at one forward, number 23, freshman Riley Johnson. And starting at the lower field, number 40, junior Robert Wilson. The JV Broncs are coached by Mr. Nick Collins. He is assisted by Brett Barber and Joe Rich. All right, Jesse officials for tonight's junior varsity game, Mr. David Harriet and Mr. Warren Taylor. The Alexandria fouls on number 10, Peter McGuire, his first, team's first. Bill fouls on number 2, Pete Bell, his first, team's first. Number 14, Mason Smith, reported in the final lineup. Number 25, Cole Newsom, in for Monroe. Yeah, no fouls on number 11, Ron Wilson, his first, team first. Now Alexandria awards. His first, the second. Number 30 bucks and points in the lineup for the Panthers. Alexandria fouls on number 30. That's his first team's third. Alley fouls on number 4, number 1, his first team's fourth. Monroe is number 3. Basketball Jackson Park. They'll have fouls on number 2, Farrell, his second team's third. Number 43, Russell Livingston, for the ball. At the end of the first quarter, Alexandria, they'll roll 7. Number 12, number 50, 3 to Monroe. Justin West reporting to the South Carolina. Number 40, Robert Wilson. Number 12, Ethan Coleman. Return to North Carolina. Also back in for Alexandria. Yeah, well, fouls on number 40, Robert Wilson. His second, team's fourth. He will go to team two. Number 33, West Livingston. Return to the field all around. He'll have a foul. It's on number 12. He's a player. He is first. He's hit. Number 21, Trevor Stanley. He would have been. Yeah, well, fouls on number 4. West Livingston, his first, team 6. Mason Zent, WCU for the number 40, Robert Wilson, reporting in the line.
Rebound! 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 Rebound!
Number 44, Morris, returning to the North Carolina. Beautiful play. We have fouls on number 12, Ethan Taylor. The second, Hart, and Steve's first. The player is Steve. Good work. Michael White, number 3. Timeout available, 4 minutes on the clock. Alex on number 4, and Michael Martin is second. Pete's first. Holy Lisa, shooting 2 on the Dolphins. Into the Bronco Lions. Big one. Trevor Sweeney returns to the Bronco Lions. Alexandria number 4, Michael White is third, team second. Number 23, Riley Jackson, reporting in the Bronco Lions. Number 12, reporting into the Alexandria Lions. Monroe. Monroe. At the end of three, Alex 36, Monroe 19. Number 14, Mason's in. Number 15, pass. Return to the Alexandria line. They'll go fouls on number 10, Simon Booker, who is first, team second. And Max will be seated two. Number 4, Michael Martin, number 20, Jesse Litz. Return to the Tiger line. They'll go foul is on number 21, Travis Miller. His first team is Alexandria, covered by number 44, Cole Morris, returning to the counter 11. Yellow fouls on number 10. Simon Burton is second. Here's fourth. Number 14, Mason Zinn into the Tigers. Number 44, William Chapman. Number 5, Gabe Harper. Number 25 for Houston. Into the Monroe line. 2. Number 31, Kristen Adams. Number 24, Joe Lewis. Giving it to well done. Yellow fouls on number 24, Joe Lewis, his first. Team's fourth. Mason Zink, open shooting 2. Number 4, Michael Martin, reports into the number 11. Mason Zink.
Hello once again, and welcome to Daleville Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. We are coming to you from Daleville High School, where the Broncos are hosting the Alexandria Tigers in a non-conference game this evening. And before we look at the matchups, I will let you know that the JV contest did go the way of the Alexandria Tigers by the score of 48-23 over our homestanding JV Broncos. Again, the matchups tonight for Alexandria. They enter tonight's game with a record of 5-15 overall. They are 2-5 in the Central Indiana Conference, which is good for sixth place. And I will mention that conference race is wrapped up as the Madison Grant Argyles edged out the Blackford Bruins. Madison Grant ended the season with an 8-0 record in league play, whereas Blackford was 7-1. The struggling Tigers entered tonight's game on a 9-game losing skid. Their last win was back on January the 15th when they topped Alexandria. And Alexandria holding on to just a 2-19 record at this point. Alexandria is scoring at 52 points per game on average, while they allow 64 points a game. And over the last 35 years, Alexandria holds a 9-0 record over our Daleville Broncos. In last season's game, the Tigers beat the Broncos by a score of 53-43. Alexandria head coach Marty Carroll is in his third season at Alexandria, where he holds a 39-33 record. The Daleville Broncos come into tonight's game with a 6-10 record overall. They are 3-6 in the Mid-Eastern Conference, and they are tied for 7th place. As we talk about the conference races, the Mid-Eastern Conference will be decided this Friday night as the Wapahani Raiders head to Shenandoah. Both teams are set at 7-0 in the conference, so the winner of Friday night's game will be the outright MEC champion. Our Broncos are in the midst of their own losing streak, that being at 3 games. Their most recent loss coming to a strong Wapahani team by the score of 65-51 on the road, and that was this past weekend. Daleville looks to build momentum this week and inch back toward the 500 mark as they play 3 winnable games versus Alexandria tonight, Southern Wells on Thursday, and those games both being at home, and then they travel to Fort Wayne Smith Academy this Friday. All this before opening sectional play versus Tri-Central at Westdale next Tuesday, March the 2nd. And, of course, all that comes after tonight. We can't look beyond tonight's ball game. We especially want to get that 3-game winning streak that we mentioned. We are just about ready to go to the national anthem, I believe, as the clock ticks under 1 minute to play here, 1 minute before the pregame shoot-around clock has expired, and so therefore we'll be getting you the national anthem and the starting lineup shortly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Daleville High School. At this time, if you would please rise, face the flag, and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome to tonight's game between the visiting Alexandria Tigers and your hometown Delville Broncos. Let's meet the lineups for tonight's game. First for the Alexandria Tigers and our starters. Number 50, freshman Trent Pax. Number 44, junior Cole Walsh. Number 42, freshman Dave McGuire. Number 40, freshman Carson Munoz. Number 32, senior Dave Scott. Number 30, sophomore Braxton Pratt. Number 10, senior David Hawkins. And number 4, senior Jack Kaplan. The non-starters for the Alexandria Tigers. Now for the starting lineup. Starting at one guard, number 12, senior Cole Stewart.
Stewart's a 5'10" senior. Martin, a 6 foot sophomore. He's 22.
Starting at another forward, number 24, sophomore Owen Hart. And starting at the other forward, number 34, senior Ray Jacobs. The starting lineup on the Alexandria Tigers.
Brayden Jacobs, 6'1" senior, number 34. Owen Hart, the 6 foot sophomore, number 24. Chance Martin, 6 foot sophomore, number 22. Final three starters for Alexandria.
Number 12, junior Pete Farrell. Number 21, freshman Mary Adams. Number 42, junior Wes Livingston. Number 40, junior Robert Wilson. And number 20, senior Zane Starkey. The non-starters for the Delville Broncos. And now for your starting lineup. Starting at one guard, number 5, sophomore Dylan Scott.
Scott averages 7 points, 3 rebounds.
Number 11, junior Justin Grant.
Grant comes in at 2 points, 2 rebounds.
Number 3, junior Hamden Leisure.
Leisure comes in at 6.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, 5 assists.
Travion Johnson.
Travion Johnson, co-leading scorer, 12 points, 6 rebounds. Caden Goffler in the middle, 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. So again, the Tigers go with Ulrich, Martin,
Our officials for this evening's game, Mr.
Hart,
Mr. Jordan,
Stewart,
and Mr. Paul.
and Jacobs. Stepping in, jumping up for the Broncos is Caden Goffler, jumping up against Ulrich of Alexandria. Tips up tap is controlled by the Tigers. Up with it for Alexandria is Owen Hart. Hart into the front court for the Tigers, working against the Bronco man-to-man defense. Tries to go high post, but throws it away. Loose ball's picked up by Camden Leisure. Leisure up quickly between the circles, comes near side with it. Scott. Scott now to Grant, 35 feet from the basket. Grant backs it out. Looking, Broncos run their set play. They lob play into Gotham. Gotham catches deep, puts up a jump shot, 2 foot away. No good. Rebound. Gotham gets his own rebound, puts it up, misses again. Rebound's finally cleared off by Ulrich of Alexandria. They come up with it quickly, and the shot is up by Martin. It's no good. Rebound's cleared off by Scott of Daleville. Scott takes it the length of the court, puts up a run. It's blocked away by Ulrich. We're going to get a whistle on the foul, and they're going to whistle Jagger Ulrich, the 6'1" senior, with the foul that was sent Dylan Scott to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Dylan Scott will be shooting 2.
Scott's first free throw is hard off the back iron. Ulrich on the play there came down just a little bit too hard on Scott. Might have gotten a clean block if he hadn't given it the old SWAT action. Scott's second free throw is good. Delville on top, 1-0 here in the early going. Martin with it in the front court for Alexandria. Martin. Goes high post with it to Stewart. Stewart turns, faces, looks, gives it off to Oric. Oric thinks about it, pulls up 17-footer, fall away off the back iron, no good. Rebound's cleared off by Johnson of Daleville. He brings it up himself into the front court, goes high right side to Scott. Scott shot fake, penetrates back to Johnson. Now near side it comes to Grant. Grant goes high right side to Scott. They will go around the perimeter to Leisure. Leisure goes high post to Johnson. Johnson shot fake, 14-footer, in and out, no good. Rebound loose, pulled off by Gothrop. Gothrop puts it back up. And Caden can't get it to fall. Tough luck, Caden Gothrop here in the early going is unable to finish a couple times while he's gone to the boards. Very hard whistle. And out of bounds. Going to get a foul. Nope. Apparently just out of bounds. Last touch by Alexandria. They lob it into Johnson. Johnson with it, 15 feet from the basket. Puts up a runner in the lane. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound. Cleared off by Jacob as Alexandria heats it up to Martin. Martin up quickly into the lane. Kicks it out near side to Stewart. His three-pointer right wing is up and good. Cole Stewart with a three-pointer puts the Tigers on top by a 3-1 mark as the Tigers pick up with some three-quarter court pressure. In front court with it is Grant. Grant dribbles through the defenders, gets it into Leisure in the lane, puts up a shot, has it blocked away out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers. Justin Grant, trigger the ball and bounce underneath their own basket for the Broncos. He gets it into Johnson in the lane. Johnson tries to shovel pass it off to Gothrop. He puts up a wild shot. No good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up, and can't finish. And again, tough luck for Gothrop. Up with it quickly for Alexandria. Stewart out the top of the key to Oric. Oric penetrates into the lane, skips across left baseline. Jacobs three-pointer, short rebound, cleared off by Johnson of Daleville. Johnson gets it up quickly to Gothrop. Gothrop layup in the lane is up and good. Knots things up to 3 apiece. And with that, they'll get a timeout called by the Tigers, so we'll take a short break. 3-3 your score, 5:44 to play here, quarter number 1. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Alec will trigger the ball in bounds. They'll take it the length of the court. Broncos a line now. Looks like they might be in a 1-3-1, but no, they match up man-to-man. High post, they go to Stewart, does Alexandria. Now it comes near side to Martin. Martin backs it out, being guarded by Scott. Near side it comes to Oric. They work around the perimeter now to back out on top to Oric. Oric penetrates into the lane, goes down the baseline to Jacobs. Back to Oric. He throws it away. Out of bounds. Bronco basketball in front of their own bench. Substitution for Alexandria, sitting down is Jacobs, and into the lineup for the first time this evening is Hawkins, Kagan Hawkins. Broncos get the ball in bounds to Grant. Grant into the front court, being guarded there by Martin. Comes high post with it to Gothrop. Gothrop turns face, takes it to the basket, puts it up, misses, rebound cleared off by Oric. Oric, they get it up quickly, and it comes up to Martin. Martin left baseline, comes near side with it now to Hawkins, now to Oric. Oric on the dribble, left-handed runner up in the lane is up and good, and Jagger Oric puts the Tigers up on top by a 5-3 count. Broncos working against three-quarter court Tiger pressure. They get the ball in bounds they get it to Grant. Grant's bumped hard, no foul call. I think he was bumped by his own player, however. Now Scott with it between the circles. Scott penetrates into the lane, puts up a runner. It's no good. Rebounds pulled off by Godfrey, but he cleans it up, knots things up at 5 apiece. Martin with it now for Alexandria, gives it off to Harp. Harp now between the circles. Near side it comes to Oric. Oric looking, now to Harp. Harp penetrates into the lane, goes down left baseline with it to Hawkins. Hawkins now near side to Oric. Oric looks, comes near side with it to Martin, who thinks about a 3, but gives it back to Oric out on top. Nearing the 4-minute mark here, quarter number 1. Alexandria works the ball around the perimeter. Top of the key with it now. Three-pointer by Martin is up and good. Chance Martin with the three puts Alexandria on top by an 8-5 score. Alexandria still in that three-quarter court pressure. In the front court with it for the Broncos is Grant. Grant being trapped, gives it to, there's a runner in the lane by Johnson is no good, but Travion will go to the line to shoot 2 shots, I believe. Foul goes against Kagan Hawkins of Alexandria. Just the second foul of the half for the Tigers. Johnson's first free throw rattles around and falls in. Travion readies his second free throw. That one also good. Trims the Tiger lead to 1-8-7 here at the 3:40 mark of quarter number 1. Harp with it into the front court for the Tigers. Goes high right, left side to Chance. They work it around the perimeter to Hawkins. Now back out on top to Harp. Broncos still in the man-to-man defense, not applying a lot of ball pressure at this point. Goes left wing with it now to Martin. Back out on top to, they come near side to Ulrich. Now on top it goes to Stewart. Stewart penetrates, now gives it off to Martin. Martin penetrates, backs it back out. Now near side it comes to Hawkins. Nearing the 3-minute mark here as the Tigers are patient. Ball's almost stolen away by Johnson, but it's picked back up by Ulrich. They get it back out on top to Stewart. Stewart being guarded by Grant. Now gives it off to Ulrich. Ulrich crossover dribble, goes baseline with it to Stewart. Stewart drives baseline. He's cut off, but he puts up a runner in the lane. No good. Rebound cleared off by Leisure of Daleville. Camden up with it quickly. Spin dribble goes to Johnson. Johnson, runner in the lane is up and good. Nice transition break there. Johnson with the basket off the rebound, off the assist from Leisure, I should say. Makes it a 9-8 Daleville lead. Alexandria with it. Ulrich has it on the left wing. Ulrich near side now to Martin. Now near side it comes to Hart. Back out on top to Martin. Martin on the dribble goes left baseline to Hawkins and get it back out on top to Stewart. Now near side to Ulrich. Ulrich looks. Now goes top of the key to, they go with it to Hawkins. Hawkins now. High post to Stewart. Stewart. Now Ulrich, here's three-pointer. Three straight away. It's hard off the back iron. No good. Rebounds fought for. Finally up with it for the Tigers is Martin, but it's knocked out of bounds by Scott. It'll be Tiger basketball. Underneath their own basket. Substitution for the Tigers back into the lineup is Jacobs as Hawkins sits down. Stewart triggers the ball inbounds with it to Hart. Hart back to Stewart, left baseline, being guarded by Grant. Now between the circles, it comes to Martin. Martin, high left side with it. They work the ball around the perimeter. Jacobs with it on the left wing. Now back out on top. Harp's three-pointers had nothing but the bottom of the net. That puts Alex back up on top by the 11-9 count. Alexandria picks up in that three-quarter court pressure once again. Broncos still have it in the backcourt. Johnson going to look to get it across the timeline quickly. They get it over to Leisure. Leisure being guarded tightly. Going to get a whistle and a foul, a bump there near the 10-second line is going to go against Martin of Alexandria. Third foul of the half for Alexandria. 11-9 your score, 1:34 to play here in the first quarter. Alexandria leads at Martin. High right side goes to Leisure, back out on top to Martin. Leisure posting up on the right block. They come to Scott. Scott's three-pointer left wing is nothing but the bottom of the net. So Scott, if he can heat him, that will help things for the Broncos. They haven't shot particularly well from the three-point arc of late. Daleville on top of 12-11 as we near the 1-minute mark of quarter number 1. Between the circles with it is Hart for Alexandria. He gives it off to Stewart, the high post. Stewart looks, skips it near side to Ulrich. Ulrich tries to go down inside, but the errant pass is picked off by Gotthrop. Gotthrop takes the length of the court, misses, but the rebound's pulled off by Scott. He puts it up and puts it in. Dylan Scott with the bucket puts Daleville on top by 3 here as we're at the 45-second mark of quarter number 1. Stewart with the ball for Alexandria. High right side with it now to Martin. Now goes to Ulrich. Now left wing to Jacobs. Now to Ulrich. Ulrich penetrates the lane. Kicks it right baseline. Three-pointer by Hart is off the iron. No good. Rebounds cleared off by Grant of Daleville. Into the front court with it comes to the Leisure. Back out on top to Grant. Grant centers it. 20 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Gotthrop. Now Johnson. Now Grant. Grant looking. Gets it to Scott. Scott penetrates into the lane, kicks it back to Grant. Grant straight away three-pointers off the iron. No. Rebound cleared off by the Tigers as we're down to 7 seconds in the quarter. Martin with it. 4 seconds. Tries to go down inside, but loose ball's picked up by Scott. He lets fly from behind the 10-second line. It's off the backboard. No good, and that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. Broncos lead it after 1 quarter of play, 14-11. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Delville Athletics. Strong first quarter by the Broncos has given them a 14-11 lead. Johnson triggers the ball in bounds for Daleville, gives it off to Grant, down near side to Leisure. Leisure with it left wing, looking. Now top of the key to Scott, his three-pointer straight away off the front iron, no. Rebounds cleared off by a new player into the ballgame. That's Trenton Pats for Alexandria. He gets it off now to Stewart. Stewart between the circles, goes high left side to Cuneo, number 40, into the lineup for the first time for Alexandria. Goes right baseline to Ulrich, now on top to Pats. Pats looking, now goes high left side with it to Stewart. Stewart now to Harp to Ulrich. Ulrich. Tigers content to run their offense. In the lane, there's a runner up and good off the glass by Stewart. Makes it a 14-13 Bronco lead. Scott with it for Daleville, trapped on the far baseline. It's deflected, knocked away. We've got a whistle and out of bounds. Last touch by Dylan. Scott will give the ball over to Alexandria. So turnover for the Broncos gives the Tigers a chance to retake the lead here at the 7-11 mark of quarter number 2. Oric triggers the ball inbounds to Harp for the Tigers. Harp now goes high post to Pats. Pats turns and faces, looks. Goes to Cuneo, left baseline. He thinks about a three, but thinks better of it. Now steps back and lets fly. His three-pointers off the front iron, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Camden Leisure. Leisure into the front court, gets up to Gothrop. Gothrop across the body, has it blocked away, and up with it for Alexandria now is Stewart. Stewart into the front court, now into the lane. Pulls up, puts a runner up in the lane. Looked like a travel. It's no good, but it's cleaned up there by Harp, and that puts Alexandria on top 15-14 as the Tigers line in that 2-1-2 3/4 court press once again. Broncos finally get it across into the front court. Grant with it now being guarded by Oric. Has it knocked away momentarily. They get it out on top to Johnson. Johnson penetrates into the lane, puts up a runner. It's up and good. And I think Travion Johnson's going to go to the line with a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. That foul goes against Alexandria. Fouls on Trenton Pats. That's the fourth foul of the half on the Tigers. But Travion Johnson will go to the line to shoot one free throw and look to extend the Bronco lead to 2. Johnson's free throw rattles around and falls in. Broncos fall back. Put on a little bit of token pressure here. Oric with it in the backcourt being guarded by Johnson. Goes left wing with it. There's a three-pointer too strong by Martin. Rebounds cleared off by Johnson of Daleville. Gets it up to Leisure. Leisure looks, gets back out on top of Johnson to Grant. Near side now to Johnson. Now left wing to Scott. Goes high post. 15-foot straightaway jump shot. In and out, no good by Leisure. Rebounds cleared off by the Tigers, and up with it's Cuneo. Cuneo into the front court for Alexandria. Near side now to Oric. Working around the perimeter. Stewart with it right wing on top to Oric. Oric penetrates, spin dribble in the lane. His runner's no good. We're going to get a whistle, a foul, and Oric will go to the line and shoot 2. I think they're going to get Travion Johnson. Oric will shoot 2 free throws for the Tigers. His first one's up and no good. And Substitution now, Camden Leisure sits down into the lineup, I believe for the first time tonight, is Merrick Adams. Oryx's second free throw's up and good, makes it a 17-16 ball game. Broncos up, they throw it, try to trigger it inbounds, but it's stolen away by Alexandria. Stewart puts up a shot and misses, but it's knocked out of bounds, and last touch by the Broncos. So turnover there by Daleville. Somewhat costly there, gives the ball back over to the Tigers. Stewart will trigger the ball in bounds. He gets it in near side to Martin. Martin being guarded by Adams, and working around to Cuneo, now to Oric left wing. Back out on top to Cuneo. He penetrates into the lane. Kicks it back out to Stewart. Stewart now to Oric, high left side, down on the baseline. It goes to Martin. Martin back to Oric. Oric now near side to Cuneo. He thinks about it, goes to Pats. Pats now hands it off. Three-pointer on the way is no good by Martin. Rebounds cleared off by Gothrop of Daleville. They get it into the front court. Scott with it now between the circles. Nearing the 5-minute mark here of quarter number 2. Gothrop looks high right side now to Grant, and now to Scott. Back to Grant between the circles. They back it out. Grant, 35 feet from the basket, comes near side to Travion Johnson. Now to Adams. Adams looks, goes to Scott in the lane. His 12-foot jump shot short, but the rebound's cleared off by Gothrop. He backs it back out to Adams. Now to Johnson. We work it around the perimeter. Grant with it now between the circles to Johnson. He looks, gives it to Merrick Adams. Adams back to Johnson between the circles. Travion with it. Drives right side, puts up a runner in the lanes, up and good. Travion Johnson with a nice take there. Extends the Bronco lead to 3. Stewart with it now for the Tigers. Goes right side with it now to Martin. They work it around the perimeter. Oric with it on the left wing. He directs traffic here as he centers it to Cuneo. High left side now to Stewart. Stewart back to Cuneo. Cuneo thinks about the 3, drives the lane, goes right baseline. Here, Martin looked like he traveled, but they don't call it. They go to Pats. Pats looking, hands it off. There's a three-pointer by Stewart, too strong. Nice block out by the Broncos, and that allows Johnson to come up with a rebound. Johnson in the front court, goes high right side to Grant. Now to Johnson. Travion looks for direction from the bench, gives it off to Grant. He's 35 feet from the basket straight away. Grant now lobs it right wing to Johnson. Back to Grant. Broncos seem to be in no hurry, looking to get their half-court offense going. Merrick Adams with it. Now between the circles to Scott. Scott on the dribble right side, backs it out now to Adams. Adams to Grant to Johnson. Broncos running that half-court offense. They go high post. 16-foot jump shot straight away by number 5, Dylan Scott. Is good, puts the Broncos back up on top by 5, 21-16. Alexandria goes left wing with it now to Oric. Oric on the dribble. Comes near side to Martin, now to Stewart. Stewart looks, goes high post to Pats, has it knocked away momentarily. He kicks it out, high left side. Now penetration, dribble, set 16-footer by Martin's no good. Rebounds cleared off by Gothrop of Daleville. He gives it off to Scott. Scott now into the front court. Nearing the 2:40 mark here of quarter number 2. Scott now on the dribble. Goes high post with it to Johnson. Johnson, reverse dribble, gives it back out on top to Scott. Near side it comes to Grant. 2:30 to go here, quarter number 2. Merrick Adams thinks about the 3. Gives it off now to Grant. Grant penetrates into the lane, kicks it back out to Gothrop. Gothrop takes it to the basket. It's up and good. Peyton Gothrop with the basket, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line with a chance to pick up a 3-point play if he can convert. The foul goes against Pats of Alexandria. It's his second. We have substitutions. Leisure back in the lineup for the Broncos. Gothrop's free throws in and out, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Harp of Alexandria. Harp into the front court. Looks, comes near side with it to Oric. Oric now to Hawkins. On the left baseline, it goes to Martin. Back to Hawkins. Now to Pats at the top of the key. Pats hands it off to Martin. He penetrates in the lane, puts up a runner, has it knocked away and out of bounds. Last touch by the Broncos. And substitution for Alexandria is Jacobs re-enters the lineup. And Oryx sits down. Also, Cuneo re-enters the lineup for the Tigers. And sitting down will be Martin. Tiger basketball underneath their own basket. Harp will trigger the ball in bounds. Looks, gets it to Pats, back to Harp. Harp drives the lane, puts up a runner in the lane, and good. So a nice take there by Owen Harp. Makes it a 23-18 ball game. Broncos lead it by 5. Leisure in the backcourt gets it across the timeline to Merrick. His three-pointer left wing is no good. Rebounds cleared off by Cuneo of Alexandria. They get it up quickly now to Hawkins. Hawkins back to Hart, now to Cuneo. Minute 28 here to go, quarter number 1. Alexandria patiently running their offense. Broncos lead it by 5. They go high post with it to Pats. Pats looks, goes left baseline with it now to Harp. Harp on the dribble goes baseline with it to Jacobs. Goes down inside to Pats. Pats kicks it out near side to Cuneo. Cuneo thinks about it, but thinks better. They work the ball around the perimeter. Jacobs with it left baseline. Now goes to the top of the key to Harp. His three-pointer's up and good. Trims the Bronco lead to 2 as we go under 1 minute to play here in quarter number 1. Camden Leisure with it in the backcourt being pressured by the Tigers. Now Scott back to Leisure, finally into the front court, goes high right side to Merrick Adams. Back out on top to Leisure. Now to Scott, now to Johnson. Johnson on the dribble to Scott. High post, it goes to Gothrop. Gothrop looks, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson, right wing, penetrates, picks up his dribble, goes down inside to Gothrop, has it knocked away momentarily. Caden skips it out near side to Merrick Adams. Adams goes back inside to Gothrop. Gothrop turnaround jump shot is no good. Rebound loose, fought for, whistle, out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers. Broncos will retain possession as Merrick Adams sits down and Justin Grant re-enters the lineup for Daleville. Grant will trigger the ball in bounds underneath the Bronco basket. Grant looking. Looks still. Now gets it to Gothrop under the basket. Got a whistle and a push against the Tigers. That will give the ball to the Broncos out of bounds. It was Gothrop that was fouled. Foul was against Jacobs of Alexandria. Grant will trigger the ball in bounds for Daleville. Grant near side, it comes to Leisure. Leisure on the dribble, goes high right side now to Scott. Scott backs it out. 12 seconds to play here, quarter number 2. Now 10 seconds. Scott on the dribble to Johnson. Johnson still 30 feet from the basket. On the dribble, penetrates, gives it off to Grant. 1 second, his 18-footer is up. No good. That's going to do it for quarter number 1 as the Broncos take a 23-21 lead into the halftime break. And with that, we'll take a break and come back with some halftime numbers. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. back here at Delville High School, where the Broncos hold a slim 23-21 margin after 2 quarters of play. We'll look at some scoring here. First for the visiting Tigers. They are led in scoring here in the first half of play by, let's get some first names here, Owen Hart. He had 2 2-point field goals and 1 3-point field goal in each of the first and second quarters for 10 points. So Owen Hart leads the scoring for the Tigers here at halftime. Next up is Cole Stewart, who has 1 3-point field goal in the first quarter, 1 2-point field goal in the second quarter for 5 points. Also cracking the scoring column is Jagger Orrick. He had a 2-pointer in the first quarter and hit 1 free throw in the second quarter for 3 points. And the fourth individual to crack the scoring column for the Tigers is number 22, Chance Martin, and he hit a 3-point field goal in the first quarter, and that rounds out the scoring for the Tigers. 10 for Hart, 5 for Stewart, and 3 apiece for Orrick and Martin. Looking at the Broncos scoring, they were led by the 9 points of Travion Johnson. He had 3 2-point field goals along with 3 free throws for his 9 points. Next up was sophomore Dylan Scott. He had 8 points, 1 3-point field goal, 2 2-point field goals, and he was 1 for 2 from the line. Again, Dylan Scott with 8 points. And finally, Caden Gothrop. He had 3 2-point field goals, 2 in the first quarter, 1 in the second, for 6 points. And that, just 3 Broncos, so just 4 Tigers in the scoring column and 3 Broncos in the scoring column there in the first quarter of play. Again, for Daleville, 9 for Scott, 9 for Gothrop, 8 for Scott, and 6 for Caden Gothrop. We'll take another break and be back with some second half action. You are listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. We are back here at Delville High School where there's less than a minute to go on the big scoreboard clock here before the end of halftime and start of the second half. Looking at the score by quarters, Daleville jumped out to a 14-11 lead at the end of one quarter play. Then the Tigers outscored the Broncos 10-9 in quarter number 2 to draw within 2 points, 23-21. Broncos come back out with Scott, Gothrop, Grant, Leisure, and Travion Johnson. The Tigers have yet to break the huddle. Tigers come back with Stewart, Harp, Martin, Jacobs, and Orick. And it'll be Tiger basketball. They'll trigger the ball inbounds on the near side here. It'll be Orick. And he will look to trigger the ball inbounds to Harp. Harp with it down the backcourt. On the dribble, Broncos still in a man-to-man defense. Jacobs with it left wing, penetrates, looks, kicks it out on top to Orick. Orick looking. Finally goes down inside to Stewart. Stewart turns, faces, 10-footer off the back iron, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Camden Leisure. Leisure gives it off to Grant. Works against the man-to-man defense. Gothrop with a high post, turns, faces, skips across to Travion Johnson. Johnson now to Scott straight away. Penetrates back to Johnson. Now to Grant between the circles. Backs it back out. Scott with a high left side. Now to Travion Johnson left wing. To Grant. Scott, I should say. Now Gothrop into the lane. Kicks it. Three-pointer is too strong there by Dylan Scott. Up with it quickly for Alexandria. Stewart, he goes right wing and goes down inside to Jacobs, and Jacobs is fouled. Goes against Caden Gothrop. That's just his first. Alexandria will trigger the ball inbounds from underneath their own basket. They get the ball inbounds to Martin. Now on top of the key to Jacobs, near side to Orick. Orick looking. Now to Hart. Tigers in no hurry. They go high post with it now to Stewart. Stewart turns, faces, gives it back off to Hart. Hart penetrates, step back, 17-footer, in and out, no good. Rebound cleared off by Cade Gothrop. Gothrop gives it off to Justin Grant. Grant near side to Leisure. Back to Grant. Now Grant back to Leisure. They play it pass back and forth on top. Leisure, left wing, penetrates, gets it back off to Travion Johnson. Johnson on the dribble, into the lane, puts up a runner. It's short, but Johnson comes off with a rebound, puts it up again, no good. Rebound's finally cleared off by Jacobs of the Tigers. He gets it up quickly to Harp. Harp into the lane, goes down the baseline with it to Martin, back out on top of Harp. 6 minutes to go here, quarter number 3, no score yet in the second half by either ball club. Alexandria goes down inside, and Stewart found a wide open Hart, who scored the layup and knocks things up at 23 apiece. Broncos nearly have it stolen away. Finally get it in the front court with it. Now Scott, now to Johnson. 23-23, the score here. 5:30 to go here, quarter number 2. Travion Johnson with it on the dribble. Drives into the lane, puts up a runner, off the glass and good. Travion Johnson with a nice bucket, puts the Broncos back up on top by 2. Harp into the front court for the Tigers. Harp backs it out. Owen Harp in no hurry. Goes high post with it now to Stewart. Stewart now gives it off to Jacobs, now to Orick. Now it goes to Martin, right wing. Back out on top. Orick shot fakes, penetrates into the lane, goes left baseline. Harp's three-pointer is up and good. Owen Harp with the 3 puts Alexandria back up on top by a 26-25 court. Broncos still 80 feet from the basket. They finally get it in the front court with it. Dylan Scott is trapped on the near side to get it out on top to Leisure. Leisure penetrates, has it knocked away. Finally picked up by Grant. They're going to say he was over and back. Violation, Daleville. gives it back over to Alexandria. Now it looks like Alexandria is going to look to try to apply considerably more pressure here in the early going here of the third quarter. See if they can force some Bronco turnovers. Harp with it now. Goes to Oric, right wing for the Tigers. Now Stewart. Now Jacobs. Jacobs back out on top. It goes to Stewart. Stewart hands it off to Harp. Harp now 35 feet from the basket. Goes high right side to Oric. Right wing it goes to Martin. Back out on top to Oric. His long three-pointers, nothing but the bottom of the net. Jagger Oric with a three puts Daleville on top or Alexandria on top by 4. Broncos finally break the Alexandria pressure, but they find Caden Gothrop wide open under the basket. Nice job by the Broncos breaking the full court pressure of Alexandria, but Alexandria comes up with it quickly. Jagger Oric on the baseline kicks it out on top. And that's a jumper 15 feet straight away by Martin. No good. Cleared away by Travion Johnson for Daleville. Travion brings it into the front court himself. Now hands it off to Grant. Now high left side. It goes to Scott. Baseline to Leisure. Back to Scott between the circles. Nearing the 3:30 mark here of quarter number 3. Scott with it now. Penetrates right side. 17-foot elbow jump shot. It's off the iron. No good. Rebounds cleared off by Harp of Alexandria. He's going to take it to the length of the court. Put up a runner. And no good. They're going to get Harp with the player control foul. We'll give the ball back over to the Broncos. I think Harp may have stuck out a bit of a forearm there. And Jacobs will sit down for Alexandria as Cuneo re-enters the lineup for the Tigers. Alexandria sets up in some, looks like man-to-man full court pressure. Johnson triggers the ball and bounce to Leisure. Leisure being guarded closely by Stewart in the backcourt. Leisure now gets it across the timeline. Being guarded closely, they go high left side with it to Travion Johnson. And the Tigers obviously looking to apply more pressure here in the second half. See if they can make life a little bit more difficult for the Broncos. Leisure left baseline goes inside to Gothrop. Gothrop spins his little jump shot in the lane, rattles around and falls in. Caden Gothrop with the basket, knocks things up at 29 apiece as we're under 3 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. Harp, high right side with 4. Alexander gives it off to Oric, right wing. Oric on the dribble. Hand off to Martin. Martin spin move in the lane is up and good. Chance Martin with the basket in the lane puts Alexandria back up on top by 2. Leisure into the front court being guarded closely by Stewart of Alexandria. Leisure takes it all the way to the basket. He misses, but he's fouled hard, knocked to the ground. So Camden Leisure will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Foul, I believe, is going to go against Harp. His second, just the team's second of the half. Camden readies his first free throw. It's up and good. Substitution for Alexandria as Pats re-enters the lineup, and sitting down will be Chance Martin. Trenton Pats in for Chance Martin for Alexandria. Leisure readies his second free throw. That was also good. Knocks things up at 31 apiece here at the 2:28 mark of quarter number 3. Harp in the backcourt for Alexandria. Goes high post with it to Pats. Pats on top to Oric. Oric goes down inside, tries to go down inside to Cuneo, but it's stolen away by Leisure. Leisure will take it all the way to the basket, put it up, and no good. We're going to get a blocking foul against Oric of Alexandria. Camden Leisure will go back to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Leisure's free throw, nothing but the bottom of the net. Puts Daleville on top by 1. He'll have another free throw. Camden's second one is also good. 33-31 your score. We're near the 2-minute mark of quarter number 3. Harp into the front court for the Tigers. Goes high right side to Oric. Oric looks. Goes top of the key to Harp. Harp drives. Goes left baseline to Cuneo. Cuneo thinks about it. Gives it off now. High left side with it to Stewart. Stewart penetrates into the lane. He puts up a little runner. Loose, fought for, finally cleared off by Gothrop of Daleville, but it's loose. The scramble out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch by the Broncos. So it'll be Alexandria basketball in front of the Bronco bench. Looked like the Broncos were going to have possession there, but the ball was tipped from behind, I believe, loose on the court and out of bounds. Last touch to Bronco player. So it's Alexandria basketball. Harp in the front court for the Tigers, gives it to Orrig. Now high post, it goes to Stewart. Back to Orrig. Orrig, 17-footer, straightaway, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Scott of the Broncos. Gets it up to Leisure, finds Gotthrop wide open under the basket. Scored it. Nice finish there by Camden Gotthrop off the assist from Camden. Leisure puts the Broncos on top by 4 here as we near the 1 minute mark of quarter number 3. Broncos lead it by 4. High right side, it goes to Orrig. Orrig looks now on top to Stewart. Stewart now, they work it around the perimeter. Cuneo with it on the left wing. Now it's Harp. Harp drives it, goes baseline to Orrig. 48 seconds to go here, quarter number 1. Pats with it. Now gives it off to Orrig. Looks like Alec may be holding for one shot, at least want to get a very good shot as we're nearing the 35-second mark. Stewart goes down inside, nearly finds a wide open Harp, but it's knocked away and stolen away by the Broncos. Leisure into the lane, dumps it off inside to Gotthrop, but Gotthrop has it blocked and out of bounds. The Broncos will retain possession. 35-31 your score, 28 seconds to play. Quarter number 3. Daleville basketball underneath their own basket substitution for the Tigers as re-entering the lineup is Hawkins as Harp sits down. Grant looking. Finally lobs it into Gotthrop. Gotthrop now to Scott between the circles. 25 seconds. Scott in no hurry. Being given plenty of space by Cuneo. But they're denying Grant the basketball. Scott with it now as we near the 10-second mark. Gotthrop high right side now. They work the ball around the perimeter. Scott with it left wing. Scott looks, gives it to Leisure. Leisure between his legs dribble. He penetrates, puts up a runner. Now off the front iron, no good. Nearly a tough bucket there by Leisure, but he was unable to connect, and that's going to do it for 3 quarters of play. Daleville leads it 35-31. We'll take a break. This is Bronco basketball, Daleville Athletics. Very tightly contested ball game here at Daleville High School between the Broncos and the visiting Alexandria Tigers. Broncos hold a 35-31 lead here at the third quarter break. Broncos outscored Ellick 12-10 there in quarter number 3 to able to extend what was a 2-point halftime lead to 4. Be Daleville basketball to start quarter number 3. Travion Johnson will trigger the ball in bounds. Alexandria looked to exert a little bit more pressure there in the third quarter, but it didn't do a whole lot of good as the Broncos were able to extend that lead. Broncos with it, look to run a set play out of the timeout, but Leisure and Johnson got their signals crossed as Camden threw the ball out of bounds as he was looking for Leisure on the back cut. Gives the ball back over to the Tigers. High with it. Near side is Cuneo. Now to Orrick. Now near side it comes to Harp. Harp drives left baseline. He's cut off. Dumps it off to Cuneo, but it's knocked away. Finally picked up by Hawkins of Alexandria. Now Cuneo. Now Orrick. Orrick thinks about a 3 left wing. Back on top to Orrick. Orrick lets one fly off the back iron. Bounces around. Finally picked off by Orrick. He puts it back up and scores it. And that pulls the Tigers back within 2. Leisure to Johnson. Back to Leisure in the backcourt. Still 10 feet from the 10-second line. Finally, they get into the front court. Leisure into the lane. Kicks it near side to Grant. Grant backs it back out. 1 minute gone here in the fourth quarter. Travion Johnson goes right baseline with it to Scott. Back out on top to Johnson. Johnson on the dribble. 16-foot jump shot straight away. Hard off the back iron. Rebounds cleared off by CUNY of the Tigers. He gives it off to Harp. Harp into the front court. Takes it into the lane. Puts up a scoop shot. Rattles around. No good. Loose spot 4. And we got a scrum. And what are they going to call? Out of bounds. It's going to be a foul against Gothrop. Gothrop, kind of a bull in the china shop there as the ball was loose. We're going to get a whistle and timeout by the Broncos. We'll take a short break. 35-33 your score, 6:35 to go in the fourth. This is Bronco basketball and Delville Athletics. Alexandria basketball under their own basket. Harp will trigger it inbounds. Looking. Gets it into Ork. Ork's 15-footer right wing's up and good. Not thanked at 35 apiece. Alexandria still in some court pressure, man-to-man pressure. Leisure with it into the front court. Looking. It has it stolen away. Tried to skip it across to Johnson, but it was stolen by Oregon. He takes it down and scores. Makes it a 37-35 Tiger lead. Into the front court with it for the Broncos is Grant, but he loses it momentarily and throws it away. And Cuneo takes it the length of the court and scores it, puts Alexandria on top by 4. Broncos get the ball in bounds to Grant, being guarded closely by Stewart. Has it knocked away from behind. Another steal by Alexandria. Cuneo with it inside, puts up a runner. Good. Cuneo with another basket. Quickly, the Broncos find themselves in a 6-point hole. Daleville takes another timeout at the 5:50 mark of quarter number 4. We'll take a break. Bronco basketball and Daleville Athletics. Back here at Delville High School, the Alexandria Tiger pressure has caused the Broncos fits here in the early going of the fourth quarter. The Tigers, if my numbers are correct, have outscored Daleville 10-0 here in the first 2.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Broncos get the ball in bounds, still being guarded closely. In the backcourt is Leisure. He's being guarded by Stewart. Finally into the front court, Leisure. We've got a reach and a foul against Alexandria. And just the fourth foul of the half against the Tigers as a team. Foul goes against Stewart. Bronco basketball underneath their own basket. Grant will trigger the ball in bounds. Looking, lobs it in to Gothrop. Gothrop in the lane, kicks it back out on top, comes near side now. Grant with it right wing. Grant now directs traffic. Travion Johnson now to Leisure high left side. Leisure looking. Now Johnson, 25 feet from the basket. He drives, backs it back out to Leisure, to Grant, to Scott. Broncos running their half-court offense. Grant with it. Dribbles right wing, looking. Broncos Not in a hurry, but they do trail it by 6 here as we near the 5-minute mark of quarter number 4. Leisure to Johnson. Solid defense being played here in the half court by Alexandria. Scott on the dribble. Backs it back out right wing. It is stolen away by Stewart. Gets it to Ork. Ork goes down and scores it. Broncos yet to score here in the fourth quarter of play as Alexandria goes on top by 8 points. Grant with it. Now to Travion Johnson. Nearly travels. Back to Grant. Now to Travion Johnson. To Leisure. Near side it comes to Grant. Grant looks. Now to Scott. His three-pointer straight away. Off the iron. No. Rebounds cleared off by Stewart of Alexandria. Stewart into the front court. Goes high right side with it to Hawkins. Hawkins. Now to Oric. Near side it comes to Cuneo. Now left wing to Hart. Inside it goes to Oric. Kicks it back out to Hart. Hart dribble centers it. 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Near side Oric. Now to Cuneo. Cuneo on the dribble. Alexandria really not taking their time at this point as they hold an 8-point lead. Broncos are going to have to come out and put some pressure on. Stewart with it being guarded closely by Grant. Near side it comes to Hawkins. Now to Oric. Oric being guarded by Gothrop. And he pushes off. Daleville will take another timeout. So we'll take a short break. Broncos trail it by 8. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. See what the Broncos come out in defensively here after that timeout. Looks like it could be a 1-3-1. Adams is on top of the 1-3-1. Then they trap Hart on the right side, but he dribbles out of it. Now he's down in the corner, trapped in the corner, but they get it out of trouble here on the near side to Hawkins as the Tigers play keep away. Stewart to Hawkins. Now they go down the left baseline to Cuneo. He's guarded closely, trapped. They go high post with it, loses it is Oric, but up with it for the Tigers is Stewart, and they get it over to Cuneo, and they work it around the perimeter, top of the key. Now Broncos are trapping. Near side it comes to Hawkins. Hawkins looking, gets it back out to Stewart on the top. Broncos looking to trap just about any place they can. They skip it over to Oric, nearly throw it away, but they're able to retain possession as the Tigers play keep away. Under 3 minutes to play here in the ball game. Broncos in a 1-3-1 half-court trap. They come near side with it. They go high post now to Cuneo, but a bad pass. Broncos force the turnover. Leisure with it into the lane. He takes it all the way, puts it up, and scores it. Camden Leisure pulls the Broncos back within 6. Broncos step back in their 1-3-1. Alexandria gets it into the front court. Stewart with it, splits the trap, comes near side with it. They go back over to Stewart. Stewart now right wing to Oric. Oric now top of the key to Cuneo, goes down inside to Hart, and we're going to get Hart shot fakes and got Leisure in the air. I think they're going to get Camden with the foul. Yep. Just the fourth foul of the half for Daleville, so it'll be Tiger basketball. They trigger the ball and bounce to Oric. Oric right baseline looks. And stolen away. Bad pass. Merrick Adams puts up a runner. No good, but this cleared up by Johnson. He puts up, scores it. Travion Johnson with a chance to go to the line. And if he can complete it, bring the Broncos back to within 3. Again, he's going to have to knock down the free throws. And the Broncos are going to have to hit free throws for sure. And whistle and a Tiger timeout as the Broncos trend what was, I believe, at least an 8-point lead, maybe 9, back down to 4. Back here at Daleville High School, 43-39 your score. Travion Johnson will go to the line, try to trim the Tiger lead back down to 3. Broncos led it most of the way for the first 3 quarters, and then the Tigers came out and outscored the Broncos 10-0 in the beginning of the fourth quarter by applying some good full court pressure. Broncos have trimmed the lead back down to 4 and hopefully 3 here after Travion's free throw. It is up and good, makes it a 43-40 ball game. Broncos back off into their 1-3-1 half-court trap. Merrick Adams picks him up, and Alexandria splits the trap. They go to Orrick on the baseline. He's trapped. They skip it out now to there's another turnover forced by the Broncos as Hawkins tried to make a pass across the top of the key to Hart, but they throw it away. The Bronco basketball in front of the Tiger bench. 1:58 to go. Broncos trail it by 3. Scott triggers the ball inbounds to Leisure. Leisure being guarded closely by Stewart. Leisure goes top of the key to Gothard. Gothard looks, spins, goes to the basket, kicks it out to Leisure. His baseline 3, in! Camden Leisure with a 3. Knots things up at 43 apiece here at the 1:42 mark of the fourth quarter. Alexandria, Martin with it, trapped on the far sideline. And we're going to get a reach-in foul. Looks like it may have been a steal by the Broncos, but they're going to get a foul against Leisure. Just 2 on Camden, 5 fouls on the Broncos in the half. Here with just 1:32 to go in the ball game. Neither team in the bonus as of yet. Stewart will trigger the ball in bounds. He gets it back into the backcourt to Martin. He's trapped on top. Martin dribbles out of it, goes high right side to Orrick. Orrick being trapped. Tie ball game with it. No, nearly stolen away by Adams. Stewart with it now. Trapped on the top. He penetrates into the lane and goes on the baseline to Cuneo. Cuneo gets it back out on top to Orrick. 1:10 to go now. He's trapped on top by Scott. Scott. Now they get the ball back out on top. Do the Tigers. Stewart with it. Near side it comes. 3-pointer by Martin is up and good. Chance Martin with a big 3 puts the Tigers back up on top by 3 at the 52nd mark here of the fourth quarter. Near side it comes to Gothard. Gothard looking, still with the ball. Top of the key, nearly thrown away, but it's picked back up. We're going to get a foul. Broncos with a break there. Nearly threw it away, but they're going to get Alexandria with the foul. Again, neither team in the bonus, so it'll be Bronco basketball in front of their own bench. And we're going to get another timeout taken by Daleville, I believe. 46-43, your score. Big 3-pointer by, I believe it was Martin, Chance Martin of the Tigers. Put the Tigers back up on top by 3. We'll take a short break. (46-43) your score. Alexandria leads the Broncos by 3. It's Daleville basketball. They'll have it out of bounds in front of their own bench. We'll see what the Broncos come out with. We'll see what defense Alexandria's in. They look to still be in man-to-man. Travion Johnson will trigger the ball in bounds, gets it to Merrick Adams. Adams back to Johnson. Johnson drives it high, has it knocked away. Picked up by Adams. Now Leisure. Leisure dribbles, centers it. Under 30 seconds to play. Leisure 35 feet from the basket. Gives it to Scott. Nearing the 20-second mark. Broncos. Scott uses the high ball screen. Step back. Broncos. Adams 3-pointer off the front iron. No. Merritt gets his own rebound. We're down to 11 seconds. Johnson. Broncos are going to have to look for a 3-point shot. It's loose on the floor. Whistle. And we're going to get another timeout. It's Bronco basketball with 4.1 seconds to play, trailing it by 3. We'll take a short break. This is Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. Broncos trail it 46-43, 4.1 seconds to play. Daleville basketball in front of their own bench. Dylan Scott will trigger the ball in bounds, and we're going to get another timeout, this time taken by Alexandria. Again, 46-43 the score. Broncos trail it by 3. 4.1 seconds to play. Dylan Scott will trigger the ball in bounds. You see the Broncos alignment there. 3 players line up on one side, setting a screen for Leisure. Looking to come to the top of the key to Adams. Adams, let's fly with a 3, short. And that's going to do it. Broncos fall in a heartbreaker tonight by the score of 46-43. We'll take a break. We'll be back with some final numbers. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Back here at Daleville High School, where the Alexandria Tigers made a significant run and comeback in the fourth quarter to take a 46-43 victory tonight from the Daleville Broncos. We look at the scoring by quarters. Daleville jumped out to a 14-11 lead, and then Alec outscored Daleville 10-9 in the second quarter to pull within 2 at halftime, 23-21. And then the Broncos were able to outscore Daleville 12-10 in the third quarter to take a 35-31 lead after 3 quarters of play. But the defining moments of this ball game were probably the first, roughly 2.5 minutes of the fourth quarter, when the Alexandria Tigers, if my memory serves, outscored Daleville 10-0 to start that quarter, and then wound up outscoring Daleville 15-8 for the quarter as a whole to take the 46-43 lead. Alexandria, again, if my memory serves, I think got up by 9 points there about midway or so through the fourth quarter. Then the Broncos cut it back. Well, they tied it, actually, before a three-pointer by the Tigers put them back up on top by a 46-43 mark to give you the final score. We'll take another break and hopefully get you some final scoring, individual scoring totals. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Back here at Delville High School for the final time tonight, we'll look at the individual scoring. First for the victorious Alexandria Tigers. Just 5 players cracked the scoring column tonight. They were led by the 15 points of Owen Harp. He had 3 3-point field goals and 3 2-point field goals for his 15 points. Next up in the scoring column is Jagger Orick. He had 11 points on, and let's see. The tallies and the numbers don't add up correctly because it shows here that he had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points on 2-point field goals, 2 3-point field goals, and a free throw for 17. So the numbers add up to 17 there. So 17 for Org, 15 for Harp, then 5 points from Cole Stewart on all coming in the first half on 1 3-point field goal, 1 2-point field goal. Also 5 points from Chance Martin. Actually, that appears to be 5 points in each half, so 10 points for Chance Martin. And then finally, the final person in the scoring column is number 40, and that is Carson Cuneo. He had 2 2-point field goals in the fourth quarter for his 4 points, and that's going to do it for Alexandria. And we'll look at the Broncos scoring. They were led tonight, balanced scoring. According to this, only 4 players cracked the scoring column. They were led by the 13 points of Travion Johnson. He had 5 2-point field goals and 3 free throws for his 13 points. Only 4 points in the second half. Caden Gothrop was next up with 12 points, and he had 3 field goals in the first half, 3 in the second half, all 2-point field goals, up to 12 points for Caden Gothrop. The third player in double figures for the Broncos was Camden Leisure. He did not score in the first half, but had 2 2-point field goals, 1 3-point field goal, and hit 4 free throws in the second half for his 11 points. And then finally, Dylan Scott had 8 points, all coming in the first half, 1 3-point field goal, and 2 2-point field goals and a free throw. So again, Travion Johnson had 13, Caden Gothrop 12, Camden Leisure 11, and Dylan Scott with 8. And that rounds out the scoring for the Broncos. The win tonight for Alexandria bumps their record up to 6-15. Broncos drop the game tonight, and that drops them to 6-11. Obviously, this was a non-conference game. Looking at the schedule coming up, Daleville will host Southern Wells just 2 nights to round out the regular season. A busy schedule, as then just 3.5 days later, they take on the Tri-Central Trojans Tuesday evening in the second game of the West Dell schedule. That's on Tuesday evening, March 3rd. That's going to just about do it here from Daleville High School. We will see you next time.